I always thought power was everything, that influence could lift a person to new heights, but I soon learned that the shine of power could turn into greed, and greed destroys everything you hold dear. I was born in 1985 in a small town in Colorado. My father worked long hours at a refinery. My mother ran a tiny diner. I was the middle child of three, often overlooked. From a young age, I learned that to rise above ordinary life, I had to fight. I decided that I would never settle, that I would chase power, influence, and fame. By the age of 14, politics had become an obsession. Not school debates, but town hall meetings, mayoral decisions, committee hearings, and local policies. They pulled me in emotionally. I imagined that one day I would control the decisions that shaped everything. People called me the planner kid, but no one knew how far my hunger for power ran. In college at Georgetown, I got close to the machinery of American politics. I majored in political science and interned in Congress. I avoided parties and distractions, focusing instead on networking, government contacts, and building influence. By 22, I became an aide to a congressman. By 25, I launched my first NGO ostensibly for public good, but in reality, a stepping stone to political power. My 20s were a whirlwind of rapid advancement, intoxicating power, and moral compromises. Every success fed my hunger for more. At 32, I won a seat on the city council. The media praised every decision. Allies supported me. Influential business groups sought my favor. Every project, every vote fed my sense of power and greed. But that's when I made a mistake that would shadow my life forever. A small business owner stood in the path of a new development project. I twisted paperwork, delayed hearings, and made decisions behind the scenes that stripped him of his rightful advantage. I convinced myself it was for this city's benefit. In truth, it served only my political gain. He wasn't just any man. He came into my office, papers in hand, voice trembling, eyes full of quiet resolve. He said nothing loudly, but when leading, he told me, "You can hide behind the law all you want, but the power you take today will take everything from you tomorrow." I laughed and ignored him. But from that day on, every success came with a subtle unease. It wasn't magic. It was human karma, a consequence of my own actions. At first it felt like everything was going perfectly: media, influence, power. But as years went by, projects began failing. Allies drifted away. At home, the distance grew. My children, Arthur and Leo, saw fear and disappointment in my decisions. Claire repeatedly warned, "This is destroying you, and you don't even see it." Every political victory came at the cost of my family. The kids became distant. Claire's love waned. I thought I controlled everything. In truth, I was losing control of the people I cared about most. At 38, a whistleblower leaked emails from inside my NGO. Misallocated funds, hidden greed, political favors all came to light. The public and media turned on me. My political foundation trembled. At home, everything shattered. Claire left. The kids went with her. The intoxicating taste of power was gone, and with it, morality and family. Every achievement now felt hollow. By 45, everything collapsed. A close associate I trusted was involved in a massive corruption scheme and framed me. Media, allies, and the public mocked me. My biggest political initiatives failed. At the same time, I remembered this small businessman and his quiet warning. I realized that everything, my greed, my arrogance, my betrayals, had set in motion a chain of consequences. Each failure, each loss, each broken relationship reminded me that the curse wasn't magic. It was the natural result of my actions. My NGO was gone. City projects cancelled. My children fearful and distant. Claire never returned. The thrill of power, the intoxicating taste of influence, and the karmic consequences all fell upon me at once. The curse wasn't supernatural. It was real, the reflection of every dishonest act, every compromise of ethics, every betrayal I had committed. The weight of every choice came crashing down. I had nowhere to hide. At night, I kept asking myself, what did I do? Which choice cost me the most? I realized that the power and influence I once craved had become poison. That small businessman and his silent warning haunted every loss. I was falling from the sky, from the heights I had climbed. Every moment reminded me of the obsession that had ruled my life, the people I loved, the respect I had earned, the career I built, all gone because I put greed and ambition above everything. Finally, I understood a power without ethics is poison. Greed destroys everything, and betrayal and wrongdoing always return through law, human justice, or karma. I had wealth and influence, but family, respect, and true legacy were gone. I learned too late that the pleasures of power are fleeting. Anyone who ignores ethics and love will one day face the full weight of their own choices. The rise, the greed, the betrayal, the curse, all served as a warning. Power is intoxicating, but it is never worth the cost of everything that truly matters.